Do not do that at home. Holy moly. We're going to let the professionals deal with this.
It's a standoff.
Foiled! Who videoed this? Can you please call me? Call me. I need a banana for scale. I need something for scale. Hello, I'm Dr. Ann Jones, the ABC's nature nerd, and today we'll be forging headfirst into the dramatic and dangerous world of farm animals. And I know what you're thinking. Farm animals, they're not dramatic and dangerous, right? Wrong. You're wrong. From rampaging bulls to the sly foxes gunning for an easy meal. From turkeys with bizarre interests to the surprising smarts of the humble pig. We've scoured the internet for the best viral videos to show you all the chaos and complexity of life on the farm. Hello. The poultry family, which includes chickens, turkeys and geese, is so much more than just a source of food. These feathery farm animals are socially intricate and full of surprises. Oh my God, has it got fluffy tootsies? Feathered. Holy shit cakes! I need a banana for scale. I need something for scale. Someone run in there and put a Mars bar next to it. So yeah, anyway, chickens. They are mini dinosaurs. People always say birds are dinosaurs, and technically that is not true, right? But they are descended from what we would consider dinosaurs. And in fact, a while back, some scientists actually found a bit of biological material inside a T-Rex bone. And when they extracted some amino acids and all of that and compared it to the equivalent amino acids in 21 species of modern animals, it was chooks and ostriches, which were the closest to T-Rexes.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Oh, he's gonna pick up the... Oh, no!
Oh, okay, mate, just walk away. Just walk away, mate. Be the bigger man. Don't let the geese get one up on you. Oh, for God's sakes. He's encountered maybe a Canadian goose who have a reputation for being jerks, right? And where he's gone wrong, I think, is by not exiting as quickly as he should. He's decided to fight back. Why is it that geese are dicks? They're way more territorial, defensive, I hesitate to say aggressive because there's normally a reason behind this sort of behaviour. And in this particular case, halfway through him trying to hit a moving object with a rolled up bit of newspaper is another little goose behind. So he just thinks that he is being singled out by this goose as a point of hatred, but actually the goose is probably defending its mate or goslings that we can't see. What weirdos! They are so weird. I think what's happening here is some sort of seance to try and bring that roadkill back to life. No, that is obviously not what's happening. What's probably happening is the turkeys are looking at that roadkill, right? And every animal on Earth has what we call a flight distance. And this is how comfortable they are to a stimulus that they think is scary. So I think what's happening here is the turkeys are curious about the roadkill, but their flight distance doesn't allow them to get closer to actually have a look. So what they do is start moving around, taking in the information, and because they're a flocking animal, they all start moving around and taking in the information. And then at some point, they've probably forgotten about the roadkill, and now they're all just walking around in a circle because they're turkeys. And they just like going around in circles.
Yeah.
Hello. Christmas is coming.
So I think that this is sometimes called a shock gobble, which is an excellent band name. So what they're doing is responding to a loud sound. And for a male turkey, that is instinctual and guttural, and they would do it without even realizing that they're going to do it. That's how quick it is. It's instantaneous reaction to a loud sound. And the idea would be that you, if you heard a gobble, that you would gobble louder because you're a better potential mate. So the idea is that one turkey is like, I'm sexy, come and get me. And the other one is like, I'm sexier, come and get me. And then the next one is like, you get the point. Whoa, 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 whoa. Number one, did that chook just try to escape that hawk by running into a wall? Number two, you see what that rooster did? He came out to protect his hen, and this is like really typical behaviour for a rooster. They will have a like harem of females, and they will defend them to the death. This is one of the, I suppose, parts of the relationship agreement. It's sort of like polyamorous, you know, he's got lots of female partners, but he agrees that he will protect all of them to the death, so they put up with him. So if you can put up with waking up before dawn every single day of your life, they're actually a really good strategy for protecting your hens. Chickens, turkeys, and geese all have really cool social structures, a complex communication. Hello! And some pretty fascinating survival instincts. And sure, they can be a little temperamental at times, but you can't deny that these tiny little T-Rexes are a wonder of evolution.
Oh my God.
We tend to think of cattle as these lumbering, gentle giants with big, doleful eyes, all totally harmless and sweet. But with size and strength comes risks and even danger.
Not a cow.
Oh, that's not a cow, mate. Oh. That would have broken ribs. And if that didn't break ribs, that broke ribs. These are a big animal. It's like 500 to 1,000 kilograms of bull. And some of them can get even bigger than that. There are certain breeds that go up to like 1,600 kilograms, which is terrifying. To be fair, the bull was facing the opposite direction and the bike rider approached it from behind relatively rapidly, like you're going to get a start as well. You know, when someone rides a bicycle up close on the footpath, you go like that, and that's essentially what's happened. So actually, I don't know that this bull is actually being aggressive. I think it's been mislabeled. Or he just hates lycra. Oh, well look, he probably did have that coming. Like, you really do not want to get in between a mother and her calf. But this video shows something else that's really interesting, and that is that cattle can have emotional contagion. So that means that essentially the emotional state can be transferred between individuals, so a form of empathy. So what happened was the mother reacted, and then all of the aunties were like, it's straight into reaction mode as well, and that's emotional contagion. Yeah, just make good choices out there. Like, don't go up to animals and try and take their babies. That is a no-no. What are you doing? Are you lifting up a rock?
Oh my God.
Yay! Oh, was it a turtle? Ah! All right, so the buffalo's got some questions to answer though, right? Okay. Does it feel empathy for other creatures? Does it see a tortoise in distress and flip it over? Maybe. But I've got a question for you. How did the turtle end up on its back? Yeah, did the buffalo do that as well? Apparently, horns can get really itchy. Who knew? And heaps of animals like to rub them. They like to stretch out their neck and scratch their horns. And so maybe the turtle or the tortoise ended up on its back because the buffalo put it there, scratching its own horns. So flipping it back over is the least it can do. It's like, scratch your horn and flip me back over, you asshole. Look at her go. She's called Ronaldo. That is adorable, and it's something that I've sort of seen repeated over and over again, that there's a lot of play that happens in cows. And sure, the rest of her soccer team were somewhat lackluster and not very into it, but she is. And look, plays an important role in social structure, really, of a cow herd. Play helps them sort out all sorts of hierarchy. They get to know each other. They get to know whether they're easily grumpy, whether they're good fun to be around. They get to know who their friends are. Cows are intelligent, sensitive beings with rich social lives. They forge deep bonds, display problem-solving skills, and truly thrive when treated with the love and gentleness and respect that they deserve.
Oh my god, there's so many sheep.
We tend not to think of sheep as the sharpest of domesticated animals, but in writing sheep off as a bit dim, we're actually doing them a great disservice. Oh. The sheep almost got her. The sheep is definitely thinking about doing it. Oh God, got her good as well. Oh, okay, look, that kick was like a showgirl high kick. Very impressive, very ineffective in this situation. What I think is happening here is not that the sheep has a problem with that lady. The sheep is trying to sort out who is dominant in this area, and it wants to be dominant in this area. And I think that we can all agree, given that someone just climbed a power pole, the sheep is dominant in this area. So flock politics is absolutely a thing. They do have leaders and followers within their groupings, and that can be sort of policed and organised by this sort of behaviour. And quite frankly, that sheep could run for president. That's where that sheep fits in the hierarchy. I mean, I am no sheep expert, sheepologist, but that seems to be like a really weird sound from a sheep. I don't know this sheep personally, but it sounds like it needs a throaty.
What is a throaty?
What is a throaty? Seriously, it's a throat lozenge. F***ing hell, you cannot say anything these days. But that being said, they do make a whole heap of different sounds, and they have their own vocal signatures. So if you can imagine a tiny little baby lamb, right, has just been born, and it looks up to its mother, and it goes, ah! The mother would probably trample it, I don't know. But is it real? Who videoed this? Can you please call me? Call me. I want to talk to you about your sheep. Is it headbutting a bucket? I mean, we've all been there. Hiya! Whoa! Oh, it did a flip. Do a trick. So sheep are a flocking animal. They really need other sheep around them for them to be really fulfilled and happy and calm. But if they're by themselves, nah. It's like the end of the world for a sheep. The flock is life, right? I don't think the sheep is like trying to turn itself into Ned Kelly or something here. I don't think that it's got something against cheap plastic buckets. I think that it wants to play and it's in need of a friend. Ooh, ooh! He's gonna need an aspirin. So bighorn sheep are a species of wild sheep, and what we're seeing here is male headbutting. This is all about sexual prowess and display. Basically, they can reach up to like 65 kilometers an hour as they run at each other sometimes and headbutt. The problem is though that running at friends and smashing your head into them is really bad for your health. And when they do autopsies on these animals, they find all sorts of brain damage essentially because they've been smashing their heads together for a number of years. Don't do that, guys. There's got to be an easier way to get the girls. Show her where there's a really good patch of grass. Show her your, frankly, extremely impressive white butt. There's a million ways to impress a woman. Use your noggin, but not like this.
Oh, I don't want to keep moving through them.
Wow.
Oh, Kenny, go slowly, please. Go slowly.
Yeah, a bit slower.
Oh my God. Oh.
That is a literal river of sheep. Wow, they just love to stick close, right? Because everybody wants to eat sheep because lamb is really, really yummy.
Oh my god, there's so many sheep.
Because they are a prey animal, when they're worried, they sort of don't necessarily give as many outward signs of that as you might expect, because weakness is death in the natural world. And who gets picked off by the puma? It's always the one with the limp out the back, right? So you don't show anyone your weakness and you just remain one of the flock. From their domestication around 10,000 years ago, sheep have provided humans with a cheap and renewable source of warmth, their wool. But just because these creatures love the flock life doesn't mean that they don't have a mind of their own.
Get her, mate!
When we think of the humble pig, our minds go to beloved nursery rhymes or a delicious addition to your breakfast. But there's a lot more to this curious creature than meets the eye. My gosh, that's a woolly pig.
This is unbelievable.
It's going to be unbelievable in a minute. That's got to be a setup. Like, that was too perfect. That was too Hollywood. Look at the dog's like, oh, you had that coming. Pretty sure that it's meant to be the pig that's wallowing, not the fella, but we'll go with it anyway. So wallowing is actually a very piggy behaviour and they seem to get lots of enjoyment from it. And what they're actually doing is thermoregulating, because pigs don't have functional sweat glands. So one of the things they do is sit somewhere nice and moist and get moist sort of mud and things all over them, and that helps them stay cool or stay warm as per need. Nailed it. Is this body cam footage?
No, a good bite, but...
Why are there police officers trying to catch a pig?
Where's the garbage can?
Did it break the law?
I'll distract them.
We're going to let the professionals deal with this. Pigs, very smart, fast animals. Well, sort of fast. Like domestic pigs, they can get up to something like 17 k's an hour. But what they can do is use their incredible spatial awareness to dodge around police officers who are doing their best to capture them. But only for short bursts, because it's only short bursts that you will ever need to evade a police officer. Oh, I mean, to evade someone who's trying to eat you.
Get her, mate!
Foiled! I'm pretty sure that pig got scouted for the NFL.
Now what do we do?
Is that a bear? It's a black bear, right? Holy moly. Like, that bear was just like, nah, I'm out of here. This is not worth it. But even though those pigs are quite small, it really did manage to make sure the predator skedaddled. When it comes to who eats pigs, basically everything eats pigs because they're delicious. Wolves, bears, coyotes, eagles, wallabies.
Wallabies?
No, they don't. Wallabies do eat birds though. What have I missed? Big cats, all of them. Crocodiles, lizards, Komodo dragons, dingoes. I mean, you name it, it probably eats pig. So they have a whole heap of defences to try and stop being eaten. So they make really loud sounds. When there's a danger that's close to them, they'll run at them, charge and headbutt. They've got a pretty good bite as well, like you do not want to be around the mouthy end of a pig. So yeah, even though they're prey, they're not defenceless. This is really fascinating, also terrifying. I mean, you shouldn't really be letting your pets ever play with power plugs. That pig knows what it's doing. It's identified objects around itself and the impact that it has when it pulls that plug, the vacuum cleaner stops working. Now, what's unclear to me is whether this pig is playing or not. And yes, pigs do play. Now, is it playing with its owner, like being cheeky, as in, you know, this is your toy and I'm going to disrupt it? Or is something else going on, might not like the sound of the vacuum cleaner? Who knows? I spoke with someone who has a fascinating bond with their pig.
You're a good boy.
Hi, my name's Ashley and I am the mum of Kevin Gucci Bacon. Kevin is an Australian miniature pig. He's just had his 3rd birthday actually. When Kevin arrived with us, he was 15 kgs.
Given.
And now I would say definitely be a couple of 100 kgs. He's very, very intelligent. Pigs are very intelligent animals. So from a very young age, we toilet trained him and we started his sit training as well.
Sit. Good boy.
He's been quite mischievous over the years in taking things of value that we're using and then take his moment and run off with it. He loves the routine. He knows when it's breakfast, he knows when it's dinner. He also knows when the feed room door gets open. Definitely pig ownership shouldn't be taken lightly, you know, they need proper secure fencing and shelter, and their lifespan can be for up to 20 years. They're just the most gorgeous, loving animals, providing daily joy.
Wait, are all pigs just like lock pickers? Like, look at that! Wow. Again, a million things that are interesting about this, but one of them is how cute their snout is, right? So you see that little snout disc coming through the gate and it's just absolutely adorable. And this snout is incredibly sensitive and on top of that, incredibly movable. Basically all of the muscles that are in that section of the pig face are connected to that snout disc. So it's like really pliable and bendable. And in this case, you almost saw it use it like an elephant trunk. Not quite, but it was using it to manipulate things. Pigs are amazing. They're highly intelligent, emotionally aware, and even capable of incredible problem solving. With their strong social bonds, playful nature, and remarkable adaptability, these animals prove there is so much more to them than meets the eye.
What are we watching? Crazy.
Foxes hang around farms because they're keen on an easy meal. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll see that the wily fox is actually a pretty fascinating creature. Well, that is a kit. So that's a young fox. God, they're cute. Wait, so he doesn't want to be bitten, but he's continuing to... Wait, I can't even understand this man's behaviour. Is he playing or is he trying to scare the fox away? What is going on here? I mean, it's not even a proper bite, is it? So this fox might have actually just been exploring the texture, smell, taste of this human. And really the only reason a fox would truly attack or bite a human would be if it was completely cornered, but even then, or if it's rabid. But under no circumstances should you ever really touch a wild animal. Need I say more? Wait, this is like a cartoon. Oh, look at the feathers. Oh no, mate, you didn't get a good grip. Wow. Well, we like to say, right, that foxes are really smart and efficient killers, but that video sort of makes a mockery of us. But believe me when I tell you that foxes are incredible predators. Foxes are like a farmer's worst enemy, really, in many ways, especially if you've got chooks. You've probably had foxes near your house. And they are amazingly agile, they're extremely fast. They can run at like 50k an hour over a relatively short distance. Apparently, they can jump over 6 feet, right? That's like tall as a tall human. And that's why you really have to like fence in completely chook pens, right? Or else the fox will get up and over and in and then henny's a goner. Oh, look at that tail. Whoa, bad day for that little mole or whatever it is. Now, there's heaps going on in this behaviour. You see for a start that the fox is using its ears. It's listening really intently to where there is movement underneath the snow. But what you can't see in this video, because, well, we humans can't really see it, is the fact that foxes, in the Northern Hemisphere anyway, use the Earth's magnetic field to help them triangulate on their prey. What's the phrase from Mortal Kombat? Where it's like, finish him! Finish him! Oh, for a split second there, I thought they were going to shag on that kid's trampoline. Whew! Look at it practicing its pouncies. Whee! So they're having a good old wrestle and a play. And this is something that you would expect to see, especially around the mating season, which is bang in the middle of winter. So that's when you're going to hear them calling out and maybe see some tussling going on. So much time, they'll spend like 3 weeks out and about hunting together, just getting to know each other, because there is certain cooperative elements to bringing up fox kits. Once she's got the kits in her den, he will actually be bringing her food to make sure that she's keeping strong for the babies. So yeah, you got to choose a good one. And that's what they're doing on the trampoline. Ooh, you got a rat, mate. What has he got? Rat? Rabbit. Ooh, here comes the magpies. Mole, rat, rabbit, guinea pig. What is that? Rat. They're so bold. Foxes in urban areas are much bolder than they are in rural areas, right? Because they're more habituated to having humans around. So you see that human went past and that fox barely even paid it any attention, right? It's focused on apparently having an intellectual discussion with this rat. Mate, if you're gonna kill it, kill it. Wow. Oh, now the rat's gonna kill you. Oh, look, now everyone's stopping to watch. Oh, got it. But yeah, you wouldn't expect to see that happening necessarily in country foxes, because they should be really scared of humans. We're a predator, much bigger than they are. It's a Londonite, it loves the city life. These opportunistic predators are public enemy #1 for farmers, but you can't deny that foxes are pretty amazing. They are masters of adaptation and can thrive in almost any environment. There's no doubt that farm animals are incredible. They lead complex social and emotional lives. They're often much more intelligent than we assume, and they make a vast contribution to our own lives as humans. And I really think that if we're going to be profiting from these amazing creatures, we have a responsibility to give them the best lives possible. Thanks for watching. There are loads of videos like this on ABC Science. Have a look and don't forget to like and subscribe.